start. You can start.
Welcome to part 2, and thanks so much that we had a network break. And we look at the beginning. We found that from those points we discussed earlier, that patience is more important when you're trying to make a decision. You just make it once. And I came up with a thing, for life is just a present thing, just a day-night plan. Though some people never think about life purpose or self-discovery. But when you look at this point, we look at decision versus indecision. I mean, someone who doesn't decide actually, they just have stayed on the same side. I mean, it's boring. Like you think, I'm going to do it next week, I'm going to do it next month, I'm going to do it next year. And as someone who discovered myself, I teach from experience. I discovered myself. I let go things that I never believed, like beliefs that used to hold me back. I had to let them go. And of course, there are some rules that really had to show me and could limit my thinking, limit my actions towards my dreams. But it was more scarier. It was so stressful that what can I do? But there was that important zeal inside of me that was pushing me actually to the top. And in fact, I had to let go everything and had to feel free. But making a decision and sticking out of it. So having a decision of the person you want to chase your dream, you want to win your goals. Because life is too short. I don't see the reason why someone can come up and do what they can do, because everyone makes mistakes and people have a fear of mistakes. Yeah, when you make those mistakes and learn a lesson, then you get a right way to push to the top. Making a decision is choosing the path that you're sure about, that you want you to that destiny. Then indecision is lacking knowledge or wisdom or being limited by something not to move forward. Because we all have the same desire. We all have the same human desire. I know it's so natural, like everyone wants to go to the next level. Everyone wants to go to the next level. Just like I was talking in the past series. So, patience in the beginning to think through. It took me 2 years. 2 years thinking about decisions. Like, I'm into this world. We have an environment that we grew up in. And I was like, yeah, I grew up like this. But it's a time I think I do things I feel I do love, not for money, but I know that as they grow, impacting the people, what I need, I will get it. So we go on the second point, preparation. Now for preparation, you need to first think, what are the resources that I need? What are the skills and the vision, and of course the guidelines? Because some people actually don't own so much by themselves, but it's the skill they have. With self-discovery, I just want to show you these are the keys actually that unlock your personal potential. Like you have a skill. Like for example, I just tried to specialize in computers, publishing, and media. And that's all. And the skill I need, I have to sharpen it on a daily basis. I know I have a lot of projects to do in the future for self-discovery, dreams, goal setting, and self-motivation. But I understand that regardless of what has been on my way, the obstacles, I've been able to apply these skills, and I'm not the same. And it looks at the skill, like what do you really know? The knowledge you get. Because by the time you come up with a solution, actually, you never forget anything. There's some technical works, actually, computing, which I did at university, and they were so hard for me. But the continual practice, I had to look back, for example, like in networking, some things are so complex for me before, but I had a passion for them. I had to see network companies feel like, oh, I feel I need to be practical at that. But right now, it doesn't take me 5 minutes just before I finish a task, and it was so hard to really come up with. So once you gain skills, you also have an authority to decide and manage your time so well. And we discovered that time actually is the most limiting resource ever. We have a lot to do, but we don't have enough time. Yeah, there's some people who have died, it's true, and left their projects on the way. So what do you think? You must decide today, and that decision actually opens for you more doors and more opportunities that you need. Other than staying the same, staying the same, you just stay the same. But once you decide, then things keep unlocking themselves as you take the steps. Then you must have a vision to guide you, something that inside. For example, you see, whenever I write something on WhatsApp, or it's an article on a website, or it's just an inspirational sharing story on Facebook, I include dreams come true. You know, for me personally, I had hard life before. I had pains, but I had to turn my pain into bigger dreams, and I had to turn my hard life into an inspiration, which is a dream come true anyway. I'm different, and I admit that, and I will never look back. So to look at the vision, my vision, and something to guide me, the guidelines, of course. I do pray, I dedicate myself, I understand that if a day goes bad, I expect that I have to learn and prepare for more, and that's having more of hope when you get this point. Let's get to the point of timing. As we get done with preparation and its keys. Here we look at timing. Timing. Oh my God. Whenever I look at timing, actually time scares me so much. I look at the list of the things I want to do. I look at my age, then I look at the future timing, and I'm like, oh my God, now what can I do? So, which means that after preparation, practical, because I've handled these things practically, writing my book, publishing them, spending some time every Saturday just to make sure that I inspire someone discouraged outside there, or I just tell someone outside there. Just before I share more about timing, there is a point to remember. 2016, I was on zero, and I was sitting in my parents' sitting room, and I was looking around. I had the projects on the computer, I had the visions written everywhere, but I had no way forward. So I had to sit and I had to touch my hands. I was like, what can I do? There is no capital, there is no money, and nothing was moving totally. But just because I made a decision, so in my thinking, I was unlocking my journey. I was preparing myself for the best, actually, which I'm even holding right now. I'm pushing it forward as I talk right now. So you got to time. You understand that every dream or every goal without timing, actually, it's a failed dream. You know, with timing, that's what we call nurturing. So when you look at nurturing a dream, you're talking about something like timing. You see, a dream is just like any other. For example, let me give an example of a plant. For a plant, you need to nurture it. You have to sprinkle it with water, get it a nice environment, nice fertilizers. So that's the same thing with dreams. Nice environment, disattaching yourself from things that don't build you up, friends that can mess you up. And I have to be honest with you, there are some people who already have their lives messed up. So whenever they get you, they just want to mess up your life. So you better think and look around, because with self-discovery, it's a personal journey. It's a personal journey and a real dedication. Like, I'm going to do this for the community. I'm going to do this for myself. It's not a crime, to decide to do what you need, as long as it takes you forward. Except things that you do that hold you back, you understand, like indecision. I just spoke about that topic, and that's so exciting, just came out of my mouth. Like indecision that holds you back. You never decide. This year, next year, still on the same thing. Like, always yearn for new things, new projects, and so you have to time how to nurture your dream, launching it, and also handling it. So dreams are like actually butterflies. They're like butterflies. Butterflies is so beautiful, but when you hold it, you have to keep the balance. Because that's why, if the dreams are much more easy to have, actually, everyone will be a dreamer and everyone will be having his or her dream. But sometimes I get to speak into some audiences and I find people yearning for more, especially every age, 8 years, 50 years, 60 years, and someone is just yearning for a new thing. And recently, I saw an old lady. Being a writer, speaker, I need to stand a lot from the human, since my message, transforms and touches people's life, just to fire up some courage in them. Then I was looking at the old lady. I always live with the end in my mind, which makes me prepare more and get more engaged. And I looked at this old lady, and I was like, we're trying to have a deal, and she was so excited about a deal. And actually, she was expecting a lot of money, and she had a zeal for it. And guess what? She has old children. They are men, other than women, and they are her children. Then I asked myself, Lindon, I have a dream to start a family, have my children, maybe have the best of myself. But I look at the old lady. She got everything. She got kids. She got more good, well, not to the old age. She made the old money. She's so talented. But still, she was yearning for more. And this is the point you can see that timing is much more important. You understand? In whatever you do, let's say you're in a workplace, an entrepreneur like me, or you're planning to do something, or you have no job, you have no dream, you've not started anything. But timing is much more important. And once you miss on timing, there's no second chance. Except when you pray and rededicate yourself, then you can easily get as many second chances as you can. Let me emphasize this. If you want more of second chances, you can get them from preparation. If you're prepared enough, there is a chance that you can get more second chances to redefine your life purpose, redefine your dream, and push more. And you could look at those points, handling your dream. Then how can you handle your dream? Because when you handle your dream, remember, it's like you're going to the top of a mountain. But when you reach at the top of the mountain, then there is a wind trying to really push you away here and there. So that's the dream. When we get our dreams ready in our hands, the challenges will need trying to grow them more. They need more nurturing and pushing more to the market, pushing more to the global. So there's also another challenge there. Then also status changes, and you need to handle that. A lot of responsibilities keep on packing themselves up on here, and you have to be responsible for everything. Everything. You remember from when you started and looking where you're headed to. You have to balance the past and the future and the present. So this is what we talk about, that the best timing can reduce the burden actually of always losing and going back to zero. But you can stop somewhere and have a target for your dream. Then here we are looking at the point of seasons. Here these points are related actually seasons and times. And actually, the Holy Bible speaks about it more, that seasons and times. There's time for everything. So right now, that's why I am an advocate. I can say that for every person who have a dream. I understand how it feels for someone to have a desire, for a dream, achieve something. But again, there's a limitation. I've never been in that situation. And that's why I stand so courageously. I tell people, if you have a dream, better start on it. No matter how small it is. You can just start on a little step today by writing it down, talking to a colleague, marketing it. Let me show you how it started. I would just come up, I had no identity, I just stand in my classroom, and I remember I was doing internship, and they were choosing the class representative. I just came out for that internship. I was trying to learn how to really handle different administrative things, or how I can reach out to different people or handle responsibilities with my fellow students and my seniors, of course, and becoming a problem solver. But I was warming up for this thing that I'm headed to. And once you don't do things, so I looked back like the projects I done before for the books, for ICD, because I've talked about my career. That's something that I'm delivering to the world. Now imagine I never did them. I never took action into my writing, never took action into my ICD career, or never done anything. I ask myself sometimes, where would I be if I got lost into those obstacles and couldn't keep the higher focus? I would always look at the more bigger places like today, like the way I'm looking at tomorrow. How is it going to be like And that's what we call seasons and times. At least right now I can look back and have some credit. I'm like, yeah, I started and I'm at certain level. So you can apply the same principle into your life. Like when I start today, you immediately begin to grow. Just like you can throw a seed into soil. It starts a new environment, changes start taking place until it becomes a big tree. That's the same thing that when you throw yourself into your dream, discover yourself, and come out, inspire the whole world into problem solving, giving products and services, or expanding your employee skills, that one actually brings you into a satisfaction. I can talk, but there's a dissatisfaction that must begin when you're running seasons and times. When you come to know this one, there has to be a dissatisfaction of your desire. Yeah, dissatisfaction of your desire to win your dreams. I mean, a dream, it's something that you fulfill, something more important, something you think is important to yourself, but again, it's important to other people. So, when you just in this principle of seasons and times, you must look at dissatisfaction of your desire to win your dreams. You can look at dissatisfaction of time management or resources, or how you handle your money, or how do you work. So we look at the point of duration. Here is we look at duration. This is the period for active serving. Active means that you're so activated and you're ready for the job, you're ready for the dream, you're ready for the career, you're ready for the entrepreneur idea, you're ready to launch up. And this is what we talk about, active serving. And when you look at most people's biographies, they say, for example, for me, I was active since 2013, which means 2013 and before, I wasn't active. I wasn't anywhere because I had not discovered myself. So I was idle, trying to figure out myself, just like many other people out there, outside there. But all I can assure is that dreams come true regardless of where you were. At a certain point, I have my teachers, of course, that I trust, my mentors. But they would tell me at the time when I was still down, like growing up, pushing into my speaking career or writing career. And they would tell me, man, regardless of the obstacles, you're going to win. But then I would look, when you're still in the past, you look at the obstacles, something too huge, something big, something you can't win. But things change because change takes place on a daily basis. So you have to keep on flying. For example, when you look at a bird, when it takes off and fly, it has to meet dark clouds, it has to meet storms, but again, it keeps on moving. So when you discover yourself, means that you are on a journey, you're in a certain journey and you're headed there and you're not even, you have no plan to stop. That's something that I can tell you right now, that you have to activate your serving, you have to expand your clientele, expand the way you do your work and become more creative, creative. And this is budgeting your years, knowing that this week I'm gonna accomplish this one and take it next month, next year, and just making sure that at least you can look at 5 years back and figure it out well. And lastly is legacy. We look at legacy. Actually, we look at something like legacy. One of the hot upcoming topics. When you look at legacy, what do you think? We have seen companies starting for many years and starting. And I just pray for my vision, my dreams, the companies I'm going to start, or many things. If it's going to go well with me and my plans take a foundation, I'm always looking at how am I going to live out my dreams. I need the right teams, and I always share them on Facebook. I need the right teams that leave a real legacy. I'm really attracted to companies actually that have been serving for over 100 years. They founded that many years ago, but the company is active, providing services, producing products, having employees, having managing directors, and this is what we're talking about, dreams. So when we talk about dreams in self-discovery, we don't talk about dreams like buying a car, building a house. These are the things actually that are here in abundance. Imagine like building a house or buying a car. It's no longer a dream to me. Or having clothes, nice shoes, or work. Those are simple things that you can even make money and have you can have a whole bond of cars at your place. You can buy the whole boutique. You can build all the multi-million mansions. But still, those things do expire in time. But when you invest in a dream, it means that you impact something, and at least, even though you're not here, but at least the future can still depend on you. So, my last question, I always ask myself, like, what do really people think if you ain't got no dream? So, I want to give you some questions here, like, have you discovered yourself? So I'm always here. I just want to give something like, have you discovered yourself? It's a question for the new people actually that were not watching this, apart from the people who've been following me, reading books from the past. Like, what is your big dream? You know, what's your big dream? It's something that should be always knocking your mind. What's my big dream? What's my big dream? What's my vision? What's my life purpose? Because in my background, actually telling the truth, I suffered so much with self-esteem. I couldn't fit in people. I had a low self-esteem because I felt I had no value. But I had to keep on asking myself, keep doing research, keeping this knowledge until I found myself like I have some value. Someone can call it office. Oh, this something's very wrong. Then as you come in and touch on it, then you leave them so hard. You know, oh, that's just the way I'm so excited. No, this inspirational teachings. I feel so happy when someone sends a WhatsApp. They're like, wow, thank you, Lynn. This is too deep. Imagine, and I feel like, oh my God, this is what I need and have much more job. So thank you so much, and I promise I'm just to arrange more guest speakers who have discovered themselves, really come here and give us the real life keys they have used. Personally, right now I'm sharing from the whole series of self-discovery and upcoming more. Thanks so much. Adonai Computer Training, we're still moving forward. You can come and register for the second semester, which has already begun, and there is a lot coming in. And I thank my brother Abrius always on the coming, and he's doing it. And I thank all the team from North America recognizing all this work, and I give glory back to God. And always feel free to share, get on YouTube, and continue submitting your questions on WhatsApp. And we have a more discussion as we prepare for the upcoming open airs. God bless you so much, and thanks for watching. Dreams come true.